Okay, hello y'all. It's your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker, talking about bullying today. Just got finished watching Wicked. Lots of bullying in that movie, but she rises. Like Maya Angelou say, I rise, I rise, I rise. Walking down Hollywood Boulevard here. Which, when you think about it, a lot of celebrities and people that have made it have been bullied, abused, and all kind of stuff, which actually will help to make them strong to be able to deal with the entertainment industry. Yay! But anyway, so you gotta watch bullying. You know, when I first heard about bullying, which I remember, I believe it was in grade school, where people would just pick on people because they're jealous of them. Or, you know, just to be mean or whatever, which is not right. And again, you all know I'm a Christian, so when you got God in your life too, you stay prayed up, and God's gonna watch over you. Them same people that be picking on you, abusing you, bullying you, God don't like ugly. But anyway, so you just have to stay prayed up. And today's date is June 27, 2025, and I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, and rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker, talking about bullying. You have to watch bullying in the family, because also bullying too can be isolation, where people can be so jealous of you, or just want to mistreat you and be so mean to you that then they will try to isolate you, meaning they will try to tell other family members and other people to not show you love or to not be there for you and different things like that, because they're jealous of you, basically, you know. And I know when people hear that, sometimes they're like, oh, I'm not jealous of, but then you have to think about it. If you are picking on somebody all the time or being mean to somebody all the time, one out of two is something about them that maybe you wish you wanted or you want to do, or you just, or some people, don't get me wrong, some people just mean, some people just evil and mean, and we pray for them in the name of Jesus. And because spiritually, that's a demonic spirit in them too. When we, you know, hello, my Christians, you know, and but those of you that are being bullied, you just stay prayed up and you keep doing what God has called and told you to do. You don't let it stop you from being you. You don't let it stop you from going after the things you want to go after, doing what you need to do, and then speak up. Now, you have to weigh that out, because, again, you're not trying to run around in your life and constantly argue with people. That's wasted your time and not good energy. But, you know, when you feel the need to speak up and you tell people, sometimes it can get so bad you have to actually call the police on people, you know, because it's abusive. And from verbal abuse to sometimes even, you know, people trying to get physically abusive. I mean, that's not right. I don't care if it's friends, family, a stranger, or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because you deserve to have peace. You deserve to be treated right. And that's where also your self-esteem comes in at. Because when you love yourself and you know who you are, and again, just got finished watching Wicked for the first time. The shouts out to Ovation, Hollywood and Highland, where they show movies. Now I see what all the hype was about with Wicked too, right? Because at the end of the day, she stands up, you know, and well, actually throughout the movie, she knows who she is too. And so some of you all may be experiencing different facets of bullying from different people, maybe because you are different, but guess what? All of us are different. That's what sometimes when they talk about, oh, somebody's different. Well, we're all different. If you are really being who God called and told you to be and walking in what God has called and told you to do, you should be different and unique yourself. But we do have these herd people, when I say herd, H-E-R-D, that run in packs and try to do the same thing that everybody else is doing because they're scared to stand out, you know. I thank God I have never been scared to stand out. I've never been scared to be me, you know. And you don't always have to explain yourself, you know. Now, again, if you find yourself, like say, with security or police, sometimes you might have to explain, you know, oh, no, I'm just doing this. Because, you know, sometimes, especially when they see the black woman, they always think that they always look at us as suspiciously, like we doing something wrong. We ain't doing nothing wrong. We just as happy living our life. Doing regular things, black women doing regular things, but people were suspicious of them like they doing something wrong. So you have to, you know, maybe verbally, no, I'm not doing nothing wrong, I'm just doing ABC. Because you can be doing the simplest thing as a black woman, and they'll look at you like, oh my gosh, she was doing this. But if it was another race of women doing the same thing you were doing, they wouldn't say a word about it. So that's where that racism kicks in. And so at those times, it is healthy and safe to explain what you're doing, so they don't be locking you up for nothing. But, you know, so loving yourself. loving yourself and valuing yourself, knowing that you deserve love, knowing that you deserve to be treated right. And I'm gonna tell you, there's people out there that will mistreat you, family members that mistreat you, people, strangers, friends that will mistreat you. They know they mistreat you, and they will act like you don't deserve to be loved, or you don't deserve to be valued, but you do. That's where you got to kick in who you are and know, yes, I do deserve to be valued. Yes, I do deserve to be loved. No, I'm not going to let you abuse me. No, I'm not going to let you bully me. You know, and it'd be ironic because when you speak up and you don't allow people to mistreat you, then they will have the nerves to get even more mad at you, which really you have to then not get caught up in that, because if somebody gets mad at you because you won't let them abuse you and you won't let them bully you and you won't let them mistreat you, you probably don't need to worry about that because they're not trying to do you good. They're actually trying to do you harm. And then they're mad at you because you won't let them do you harm. Then they'll run around and talk about you and try to get other people to do you harm. Or you got those that will sit there and want to show you love, but then don't want nobody else to show you love. You know, so that's that isolation with bullying and that abusive spirit. And when we get to talking about in Christian language, that demonic spirit of people trying to lie on you, trying to make you look bad because they're jealous of people loving on you and they don't want no one to love you. They don't want to show you love, or sometimes they are showing you love, but then they go lie on you and talk bad about you to try to get other people to not show you love. But see, at the end of the day, that's where God come in at. Because see, at the end of the day, God see everything. You know, folks ain't running around doing stuff and God don't see it. God see everything. So while they trying to dig holes for you, while they trying to, y'all know I got asked if I'm walking and talking, so I'm like, I'm getting out of breath. But anyway, God been in my spirit to do this video about bullying, so I'm thinking somebody might need this. But God see everything, and you can't mistreat people. You mistreat people, I'm telling you, God don't like that. God don't like that. He don't like when, and especially when no one's doing nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? I can understand if you defend yourself, but. And then some people are like, well, jealous. But, okay, if you're not jealous of the person, why are you always mistreating them and doing something wrong to them and abusing them and they ain't done not one thing wrong to you? You know, a person can live their life and do whatever they want to do in their life. That's their business. But I'm talking about, have they done anything wrong to you? Now, don't talk about when you've done something wrong to them, they had to defend themselves, because that wasn't them doing nothing wrong to you. That was them defending themselves from you because you were mistreating them, abusing them, and bullying them. So that's different. I'm talking about them just right out doing something wrong to you and you weren't doing nothing bad to them. So, you know, so those of you all that have been bullied, been abused, and especially if it's by family, you really have to stay prayed up, because you're trying to stay connected with family and you're trying to love family. But at the same time, you got to make sure you love God and love yourself, because God loves you. And God won't want you to be around anyone or, you know, or have to deal with certain things from people, regardless of friends, family, and strangers, that are abusing you and bullying you. So again, with families, try to stay connected. So I don't know, maybe you might have to limit your time with them. You can try talking to them, but when you keep talking to people and they act like they don't get it, you know what I'm saying? You just have to, again, pray, love yourself, love God, and just keep praying for them. You know, just pray that God will show them that what they are doing is wrong, and pray that God will give you the patience to deal with them. But God does not want you to, you're not a format. You know, God don't want you just sitting there, people walk all over you and abuse you and dog you out and talk about you and different things like that. And then speak up when you need to, regardless if they're going to try to say something negative or not. You have the right to speak up just like they speaking up. They speaking up, abusing you and dogging you out. So you have the right to also speak up and say something. And so, again, we're talking about bullying, and I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. Yeah. So it's just been in my spirit to talk about bullying, you know, in all forms. Like I said, from friends to family to strangers. It's not right. Love on yourself and don't allow people to bully you. Not, oh, wait a minute, because we can't stop the actions of other people, but you can allow yourself to not be around it. Okay, that's what you can do, and to speak up or tell other people about it. That's the thing. A lot of times these bullying people that like to bully people, these people that like to abuse people, they like to do it in isolation. But when you constantly are telling people on them, calling police, whatever you got to do to let folks know what's going on, so you don't sit there and be abused or bullied. You're screaming on the rooftop. Because after a while, somebody gonna come in and be like, wait a minute, hold on, why you keep doing that to that person? Why you stop? Somebody will eventually speak up, and then also God to intervene. So just stay prayed up. But I don't know what is going on around here. I just got out the movie of seeing Wicked, and I am not usually out here on these Hollywood streets this late at night. I don't know what time it is, but evidently it must be late, because I'm looking like clubs open and folks is doing it. Police rolling around. That's the thing about police. They're never there when you need them, but they always come around when they're looking at a black woman suspiciously. But anyway, so bullying. Back to that word. So again, the key goal is to stay prayed up. And that's my key thing, is to stay prayed up. Because you stay prayed up doing what God can't tell you to do. Believe me, you gotta let you know how to handle situations. God will let you know, hey, do this, or watch that. But the thing is, speak up and don't be afraid, and tell. I never forget. It was a commercial one. Well, it wasn't a commercial. It was a news story one time. I will never forget it. I guess it was some kids. This other kid, I guess, kept picking on this other kid, and she then went outside with signs and everything, telling everybody who the girl is that was picking up. That's what you have to do sometimes. You just have to shout it to the rooftop. Just tell. And eventually somebody will intervene, or eventually, at least they won't be doing it in isolation. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you got cameras, you videotape it. I'm a videotaper in a minute. Somebody start talking about, I'll be like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Somebody say, hold on, I just turned my camera on. So that's your proof. And so, but like I said, the key thing is constantly staying prayed up, constantly doing what you feel led to do. But don't stop being you. That's the key thing. No matter how much people try to bully you, no matter how much people try to be abusive to you, especially with families, it's harder because you love these people, you're not understanding why these people keep mistreating you, abusing you. You ain't done nothing wrong to them. But then even on that, you got to pray for people. You just, as a Christian, I'm just like, you keep loving them and you keep going. I'm going to love you no matter what. So you can do what that's between you and God on how you treat me. Because, but I'ma still love. Because God says love. And I ain't gonna let anybody stop me, my relationship. Now God will also have you to speak up. And then as soon as you speak up, like, well, you ain't no Christian. No, I'm a Christian. I'm so much of a Christian. God let me know to speak up for myself and to value who I am and to love myself and not let you sit here and walk over me. Oh yes, I'm a very good Christian. I'm a great Christian. Y'all know there's also comedian Michelle Hope Walker. But so we just have to stay prayed up. You have to stay prayed up. You have to know who you are. Value yourself. And as you value yourself, you'll speak up for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with speaking up for yourself. Even if they try to call you, you got to remember, when people don't like what you have to say, now they didn't pick on you, they didn't done wrong to you. When they don't like what you have to say, they'll try to call you negative. They try to say you this. Don't worry, who cares? Get out what you need. Remember Joyce Myers, preacher Joyce Myers, and a lot of other preachers have talked about that. Sometimes people be scared to say something, speak up for themselves, and they have all that stress inside. And that, no, you got to stay healthy. Healthy is also speaking up for yourself and not letting people just walk all over you. Now, again, also it's a balance though, because also healthy is not always feeling like you gotta intertwine, because if they think a certain way about you, they're gonna think that way no matter what. So let them be. You pray about them, you can pray about them in the name of Jesus, that God will open their eyes up to see, but you gotta stay happy and healthy and keep living your life and not letting what other people think. Matter of fact, who was that? Dr. Bill Winston was talking about that today. Again, you cannot let what people say or think about you interfere with what you got to do in your life. God has assigned you callings and assignments and things you're supposed to. And actually, when you're on that assignment and calling, you ain't even got time to think about what people got to say about you, because you are so busy focused on what do I got to do next that God has called and told me to do. You ain't even got time to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? But we are human. So sometimes we don't, well, think it. No, sometimes we do. It can get to us because we're human. Especially when you ain't doing nothing to nobody and people just keep being abusive. Especially when it's family, because you're like, I love these people. I'm doing all these kind of things to these people. And all they can come out of their heart is something negative and evil back to you. You're like, what? But again, you pray for them and you love yourself and you love them, and you keep going. You're like, I am not, in the name of Jesus, gonna let. You know what I'm saying? You stay prayed up. And if they're big things they want to hurt you, be like, okay, you hurt me. Are you happy? But unfortunately, because the evil spirit that be in them, that demonic spirit be in them, you have to really literally watch people, from family to friends to strangers, because there is a spirit out here that will literally kill people. There is a spirit out here. So especially if people don't know God and if people are not prayed up, you don't know what people will do to you. So you really have to protect yourself. You really do. And it's sad, but you do. You have to stay prayed up. And you really have to protect yourself. I don't know how many times, sometimes we all see on news where one family member killed another family, all kind of crazy. You're like, what in the world? Because you don't always think about that, what happened amongst family. You always figure, family is your safe spot. Well, I know I'm loving family, but again, when you have some of these ones that are not saved, or they pick and choose, the loved ones they want to be saved with and the loved ones they want to love and don't. You got to first love God, love yourself. And then, like I said, that bullying. I remember in grade school I heard about the bullying. When I was like, oh my gosh, people would just pick on people, just be picking with them. And people, now the jealous part, I remember, I used to always hear my mom talk about that growing up, that people, she'll say, Michelle, people jealous, say, people, and then, over here speaking the word jealousy. So I can say, I even heard that in my household a lot of, which could be helpful, because sometimes, again, even when you're a kid in grade school and you're being nice to people, you're treating people right, and you're still like, well, what in the world? Well, why? Because I know I'm treating them right. If people are jealous of you or just don't like you, there's nothing you can do. You pray for them, you keep moving, because I can guarantee you, though, there's going to be some people that do like you. All right, I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. And we've been talking about bullying. And today is June 27, 2025, and it is Friday. So my key thing is just stay prayed up. Hey, he playing the song, Lean on Me. Hey, you get those good people that show you love, that are right there for you, that got your back, and you just shower them. You just shower them with all kind of love. You know what I'm saying? Again, but you're going to love everybody. As a Christian, God wants us to love everybody. But if people act like they don't want you there, or don't, you still do what God called and tell you to do in relation to that person, because you still got to do what God says, do this for them, check on them, you still do those things, but you have to guard yourself and watch yourself, because if they keep, being abusive to you, and, you ain't done nothing wrong to them, or making up lies, trying to act like, because sometimes people literally make up lies, they make up lies and act like you've done something wrong to them and you haven't. And you're like, where are you getting this? So you just got to stay prayed up. And I speak on family because strangers don't hurt you as much as family can hurt you. But you even have to get over the hurt with family. You got to just stay prayed up. And one thing, like I say, is you just keep loving folks. That's one. You keep loving them no matter what. Just because they mistreating you, that's not nothing on you. That's on them. You still love them. You ain't done nothing wrong to them. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. But you do have to watch yourself and protect, and God is watching over you. And you just pray for them. You pray for their soul. Because I'm just always like, what type of soul is that mistreats people? And then you'll see and hear them talk about people dog them out, and they just running all up behind that person trying to kiss their tail. And you'd be like, I remember one time one family member told me, well, they did it, and I just look up like, that's interesting, because I'm always trying to show you love, and you act like you don't even want to show me love back. I'm like, I don't even want to hear you tell me about what somebody doing to you. You learn to treat me right. That's what you learn to do. But anyway, y'all know I'm a comedian too. But so again, when I learned about bullying in school and stuff and again, this is from teachers. Oh, and when I taught school, I learned about them because we would take the kids to workshops and boys and girls clubs, different programs and stuff that we would talk to kids about. They have lessons on bullying. I would encourage the kids, love yourself. That's the key thing. When you love yourself and you value yourself, then doesn't mean people won't try to bully you or abuse you, but you know how to deal with it more, and you will tell other people, because sometimes bullies and people that are abusing you, they keep doing it when they think they're doing it in silence, and no one knows their dirt on what they're doing, because they ain't doing nobody else, but they feel like they can get over on you. So that's why it's sad that when you're nice to people, that people think you're gullible and then think that they can mistreat you. You would think that since you're nice to them, that they would actually treat you right. I don't know. It's weird. But I just thank God that I love people and I treat people right. And that's all you can do is go on yourself and what you do, because you can't change other people. You can pray for them, you can keep loving them and being nice to them, but you can't change other people. And the key thing is have that relationship with God, because your key thing is making sure you're doing what God called and told you to do. You're not even caught up in folks. You're more caught up in God and doing what God has called and told you to do. And so that's your key thing. So bullying and dealing with people that are abusive, but the word bullying is the key thing. People trying to, family members and people trying to isolate you. They don't want to show you love. They don't want to see nobody else show you love. And family members, stop listening to other family members, because you don't know what that family member did to that person, or why that person responded to that family member in a certain way. See, when somebody tell me what such that, I listen, I'll let them talk, but then I don't know what that family member did to the other one. So it don't stop me from showing love to the other one. Family member, they ain't done nothing wrong to me. So I'd be like, and then when people, God is so good in my spirit, and people do something wrong, I still show them love. Now again, I might have to tell some folks, I might have to tell the rest of the family, look, you got to watch this one, because they keep doing this and that, they keep doing this and that. And then they'll still even try to lie, and you say, oh, well, I didn't, they did. But the thing is that God see everything. So even when folks lie, the truth still going to come out. But, you're not sitting back trying to watch the whole thing. You got a life to live, and you got things to do. So you are focused on living your life and doing what God has called and told you to do. And actually, if they were focused on what God called and told them to do, they would have less time to be mean to people and abusive to people and bullying people and talking about people in a bad way. So really, it also goes back just to your gift that God has given you, and you working in your gifting that God has given you and staying focused. Doing what God has called you to do helps to keep you focused. That even when people are mistreating you, you're like, you hear me, you might cry a minute, it might hurt you for a minute, you brush it off, you get back up and goes, God back, look, ain't nobody think about them. You got to get focused on what I just told you to do. I'm comedian Michelle Hope Walker. So just stay prayed up. But that bullying, stay prayed up. But do you. Don't let it stop you from being yourself. Because a lot of times that bullying, somebody is jealous of you, or they just trying to be mean, or they ain't happy. Sometimes they ain't happy with their life. And so now they trying to destroy you. It could be all kind of reasons. God even showed me sometimes, don't even worry about the reason. I don't know if it's jealousy or what, who knows. The key thing is, don't let, if they trying to bully you, abuse you, tell on them, or deal with however the way God is having you to deal with it, protect yourself from that person, and different things like that. Because they are making these decisions, they choose, especially grown people, they're choosing to do this to you. They can choose to be nice to you, but they're choosing to try to bully you and abuse you. So then you have to make the choice at times to watch how much time you spend with them. But now when it's family, like say you love them, so you're still trying to spend some time with them, but you have to watch it, And especially with me, the good loving person I am, I would just keep loving people and keep just and they just is being mean, and they just being this evil. You just like, Lord. But God always comes through. God always comes. Because see, also, I think it was one pastor I heard too, talking about that. Even if your family don't show you the love that you feel that they need to be, what's not even feel you just don't want them to at least abuse you or bully you. So it's not even like you asking for a lot. You're like, can you please not talk bad about me? Can you please not lie on me? Can you please, just quit bullying and being abusive? But God always comes through. God gives you opportunities. God opens doors, and can't nobody stop what God's gonna do. So that's also where people can, strangers, family, friends, or whatever can, and friends. If you got friends like that, you need to cut the friends off. Now, family we can't always cut off, so that's why sometimes with family we are, just trying to figure out how to deal. 'Cause that's your family. You're still trying to love them, But like I said, family are the ones that tend to hurt you the most. And to me, it's just so sad when they know they hurt you and they just keep hurting you. You be like, you done told them you. Because sometimes people hurt you because they want you to know, they want you to feel hurt. So sometimes you're like, okay, you hurt me. Okay, you going to stop or you just going to keep doing this or what you going to do? But you know what? God will just continue to open doors. And then you got those family members that are just loving and kind. Thank God for them. And then you got ones that go in and out. One minute they can be just as kind and sweet, and then the next minute you're like, who is this part? So I talk about it. Yes, I talk about it, and I pray for you. I pray for me and mine. I'm praying. But in the midst of praying, we got to stay focused. So, you can think about it for a minute and try to help. But the key thing, just keep loving, because you ain't got time to spend too much time on this. You got things to do. You got to do what God told you to do. So you don't have time to just constantly keep, well, I don't like it. No. Because then you're taking your mind off of what God got you doing. So you got to stay focused on what God got you doing. But that bullying is not right. So I'm going to tell you now, it's not right. Love yourself. Value yourself enough. You deserve to be loved. You deserve for other people to value you. You're valuing them. You're showing them love. And you deserve the same best treatment back. Know that. Because some people don't know that. And that's why they just let people bully them and abuse them, because they don't think that they're worthy. But you are worthy. You're worthy. You should be loved. And all of that. So you just have to stay prayed up. You have to stay praying. And you pray for those that are, exercising that abuse and that bullying. You pray for them, because there's something not right with them for why they are, So you got to pray for them, because something ain't right in their soul and their spirit that's making them do all this evil stuff to you. And you ain't done nothing to them. Okay, let me wrap up. Okay, so... All right, so I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. Bullying has been our word today. I got another video workout and brought my mind to be doing that video here pretty soon too. Just seen Wicked, and most definitely, oh my God, that girl in that movie got bullied so bad. But at the end, what did she do? Soar, like Maya Angelou say, we rise, we rise, we rise. So you just got to stay focused on what God told you to do. You keep loving people, you keep going. That's just how some people are. And they may be like that for their whole life, but you can't let that get to you. You got to stay focused doing what God told you to do. All right, y'all. Deuces. Blondie Pink, Michelle Hope Walker. Love you.